want to bring a lot of change to this YouTube channel. So I actually have this story which I think a lot of you might want to actually hear. Wow. I sold it, 50 million. It's gone. Track is growing at an accelerated pace.
You can be flipping burgers to talking about flipping millions.
You pathetic, pathetic human being. Hey guys, Natt here. So, before we go any further, I was actually going through the AstroFX YouTube channel, and I don't do it too often, but the other day I was looking at some of the videos that we've made, and I want to bring a lot of change to this YouTube channel. And I was going through all of the videos and the ones with the most popular views and the videos that you guys remember. And after some of the most popular forex videos that have got like over 500,000, the next set of videos which are the most popular were actually lifestyle videos, which we did forex yacht pie, a day in the life of me, got 100,000 views a few weeks ago, motivation videos in Canada, to car pickups, to everyday life. And so, you know, a lot of people have said to me that they want to actually see me be more transparent, not just with forex videos. So I will always continue to make forex videos for free for you guys, but I want to actually expand this YouTube channel and make it just day-to-day life, motivational. I remember when I first got started in trading, I had to watch content to constantly motivate myself. And I would watch from Entourage to different TV shows and other people's YouTube channels. And I feel like that, you know, what I hear back from a lot of people is they watch this YouTube channel to motivate themselves. They watch this YouTube channel to keep pushing, even if stuff is not going too well. They want a breakthrough moment, they watch this YouTube channel. And so what I want to try and do is expand out of trading, including it still, but into lifestyle, into what we're up to today. You know, for me, I have ran, I think, several businesses now, from AstroFX, Everything FX, Cryptonary. We're now on track. And yeah, for me, I love business. I love it. Me and Sean, we went from a small 2-person office in Birmingham about 7 years ago to one of the best offices in the middle of Mayfair, London. And you know, the team of over 30 staff in total. And so I like building things. I like creating things. I like you know, being around influential, important people for certain meetings. So for me, I want this video to be watchable for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're not completely, you know, in love with trading. It doesn't matter if you are the most passionate forex trader in the world, or even if you just want to watch this just to motivate yourselves. This will be what the channel will be going forward. I hope you guys enjoy it. So today I've got a meeting in the city, and what I'm doing right now, as promised, me and Ned, I'm gonna take you guys with me throughout my day. And yeah guys, welcome to the start of something I think you guys will actually enjoy. Welcome back to the AstroFX YouTube channel. So guys, for everybody that knows what this is a thing to actually make your car smell of cherry. I've always had one. So guess what I did? I left it here for about a week and I've completely destroyed this area here, which I'm not too happy about. So warning, this might fuck up your car. Guys, I do not need to use this, but I'm doing it just to show you guys something really cool on here. Don't actually use it that much. Let's see if it works, shall we? Go.
T-H-E.
The city.
C-I-T-Y.
For people that are not from the UK, our police officers really do ride around in horses. I swear some people think that that doesn't happen. It actually does. But I don't know what purpose for, but they leave shit all over the fucking road. And I have to pick pip shit up from the road, but guess what? Police officers and horses don't have to pick their shit up. Not fair. And there's a protest going on. So guys, here is Big Ben. there is a protest like there is one every single day. Every single day there's a protest, but I have no idea what it's about. What's happening, guys? So we are driving to the city of London, and for those that are not from around here or not from the UK, in a square mile is one of the most powerful, influential banking, hedge funds, asset managers in the entire world. So yeah, it's this and Canary Wharf. So we're driving over the city right now. So I actually have this story which I think a lot of you might want to actually hear. So I remember myself when I was getting into forex trading, and it wasn't working well, because a lot of people don't admit that, but for the first few years it's hell. And I was trying it for about a year or so. It wasn't going too well, and I remember I wanted to apply for some sort of job, and I actually found like a job recruiter. I never used one before. I did use one before that, and I told him a little bit more about myself. I told him what I've been doing. I told him, you know, like my Facebook page and what my interests were. And after we had a conversation for about a good hour and a half or so, he actually said to me, "Nat, you don't want a job." He's like, "I can just tell that you do not want a job." And his job is actually give me a job, otherwise he doesn't make any money. He just kept telling me on the phone, "Nat, I've got a few places because you've got a little bit of experience in FX, but you're not going to want it, and I don't want to give you this job." I literally forced him at the end of it, going, "Look, at the end of the day, I'm telling you, give me a job." And he said, "You're going to regret it, but fine." So he sets up a few meetings with me, but there's one in particular, and I wasn't from London back then, so I had to drive 2 hours into London, and I hadn't actually drove here before, so it was terrifying experience in general. It took me like, I don't know, an hour to find a car park where I can park my car in. Then I had to, like, you know, find where the place was. I eventually get there, and the company was a FX based company, and I remember going up there, high hopes, thinking, okay, I've got the job in London that everyone wants. And again, everyone does want that job in London. Everyone, you know, grows up, and if they want anything to do with finance, it's usually in Canary Wharf or it's usually in the city. So I was like, I made it to the city. This is amazing. I think I had a little, you know, a nice little sharp suit on, and I went for this job interview. And as soon as I walk in, it was a tiny room, and I remember looking at the people in the room, and I think their desks were like this big each, and they were right next to each other, and they didn't look too happy. And I thought, okay, it's a bit strange. I went in for the interview, and before you know it, they were like offering me some commission-based only job with just an overall horrible experience of what they were looking for, what the job required. And I just looked around the room and I thought to myself, ain't nobody even the slightest bit happy here. I remember that was one of those moments where I said to myself, do I really want this? And I remember getting back into my car, driving back home, and I ended up calling that guy, and I had to say, "You were fucking right." And he's like, "I fucking told you so." And so when I drove back home, I kind of got the idea of, okay, I don't need to go to somewhere like the London city. I need to figure myself out. And that's where I got back into trading. And then a few years ago, he followed me on Instagram, and he's like, "Boy, my advice was right." And I said it was.
Did he ever ask for anything after that?
He did.
Did you ask me?
You know, true story, I don't know if he follows me anymore, but what happened was, I think it was around about 2 years ago. And if he's watching this, I don't really care at this moment, but he called me up, and he said, "Nat, you're doing really well now." And I said, no problem. He was doing his own business. I think he got his own recruitment company. I said, cool. I think I sent him something to say well done, and then within about half an hour he told me how he needs money. I said, out of curiosity, what's it for? And he said his phone bill. And then I never spoke to him ever again.
He didn't even...
He just said, I just need help paying my phone bill. And I was like, yeah, you're probably parking up the wrong tree. But yeah, that was my experience of the city. But when we go there now, guys, you're gonna see it's like one of the most busiest places, I reckon, on the planet.
Yeah, I don't go there often.
Yeah, it's one of the most busiest places on the planet. And again, I'm kind of suicidal for driving there, but I thought it'd be good for the video, and overall I like driving. But yeah, this is in that quarter mile where it's probably one of the most powerful places in the world. So let's go show you City of London. And I've got 2 meetings. Both of them are actually about track for people that are interested in what we've built, and you know, in just like the sake of, I think about 3 weeks is launching, we've got thousands of users using it. It's a free platform, and so often like this is where my business side kicks in, and I just want to go and have a few meetings to try and actually grow track much bigger than it is now. So let's go. Excuse me guys, excuse me guys. If I was just to leave it here, I'll just get a ticket, right? Yeah. No problem. Is that what you're gonna do? Yeah. Makes life easier, doesn't it?
He loves it. He's like,
yeah, but if you do the maths. Guys, let me explain the maths to everyone here, right? You drive around London, it takes you about 25 minutes to find parking, and normally it's an underground car park where you're gonna get your car hit. On top of that, you have to then worry about, you know, how long you've been in the car park for, and you miss your meeting. Or you get flashed like I just did, you accept the ticket, and you make life a little bit more enjoyable and relaxed. You choose.
Let's just do windscreen, yeah? So that you can get another one.
Yeah.
Friends for
Mike's been waiting for me and Natt for like
4 beers.
Wow.
I sold it, 50 million. He's gone. I mean you sold. Guys, what's happening? So I started my meeting about 1:30. It's now nearly 5:30. So the meeting in particular was actually about track. We've got a lot of interest in track. As you guys know, it came out just a few weeks ago. So we had some people who had some ideas and different directions that would like to take track. I can't give you guys all the information, but as you guys see, track is growing at an accelerated pace, and there'll be more information about my meetings coming real soon. But yeah, on the way here, obviously I shared my story about my first job interview experience in this area, and so I'm actually going to give you a very good story. I'm going to give you 2 good stories in this vlog, so hopefully you guys were motivated by my story. But I remember when I first started Astro, going back to that small office in Birmingham, there's a place called Mailbox, which is like a drinks and bar place. I was outside there having a drink with a friend, and then Mike, aka Algo Trader, actually came up to me. Didn't know him. I think he recognized the blue as Maserati or R8s. We had a very brief conversation, and he told me what he did for a living, and he actually said to me, true story, hopefully we can work together one day. I then ended up moving to London after that. I think 3 years later I ended up moving to London. He hit me up, he said let's go for a beer. We went for many beers, and then after that, little do you know it, he's one of the people that have actually helped create AstroFX with me. So he's here now, and I'll make him tell his story to you guys. Go.
So I've been through a number of jobs, most of which I've hated. The last one that I've got has stuck, but the ones before that are what led me on to the one that I've got right now. I've cleaned toilets, I've flipped burgers, I've mopped floors, I have laid bricks, I've done construction, I've done pretty much anything you can imagine. And at the time, although I didn't like it, I always knew it was motivating because I knew that I was destined to do something a little bit better than flipping burgers. So there was one summer where I'd have burgers and the smoke would be going in my eyes, and I was like, I hate this, but unless you do something about your current situation, this is all that you're going to get, and this is all that you're going to be able to do. And that smoke in my eyes actually became like something that I enjoyed, because I would then realize that unless you do something, this is what you're going to get for the rest of your life, which was £6 an hour. And I knew I wanted more than that. Despite however much money I raised for my boss, I would get a bonus at the end of the summer, and I'd open the envelope and there'd be fucking 20 quid in there. And I was just like, right, I need to start running my own things. I need to start running my own show. I knew the future was technology, and I've always been interested in computers, and I decided to start learning to code, but did it sort of on the side. I didn't really dive in. It wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago, where life was not on the up things weren't going too well, and I thought, right, it's either make or break, dive in. And so I dived into code. I moved up to Birmingham. I shut myself out from all of my friends, no calls, no nights out, no nothing. And I put everything into this basket of either learn to code or learn to lay bricks for the rest of your life. It was on some brief moment where I looked outside, I saw Natt's car and went down to meet him. And yeah, I went down and said one day we will work together. I had no money at the time. I actually used some olive oil and some hair gel to put that and make a good presentation for a pitch that didn't even exist yet. I was like, one day we're going to work together. Natt was very nice, very polite about it. And after a few years of learning to code, I moved to London. I managed to get my break. It was a job working for a blockchain company. That company raised over £100 million. I'd like to say because of me, but it wasn't just because of me. But I was on that wave at the time, and I then decided I wanted to double down a little bit more. I got more excited working with Natt, and we worked out that we were having the same meetings and having the same conversations. And because I wasn't in Birmingham anymore, he was in Birmingham thinking about moving to London. He moved to London and made the leap, so I thought, right, I'm going to quit my job and make the leap. And we started working together around 2 years ago. In those 2 years, we built some really cool things, one of which is Track. It's quite exciting talking about something that wasn't around a year ago, and now we're making deals about it in the city, in the same city where I've been rejected from so many times by coming down here in rags and bags and no one wanting to take any of my time. It's quite a nice feeling that now they're the ones calling me up saying, hey, you've done this, let's sit and meet up. So yeah, it's been quite a journey, and I like to think that we're only just getting started, but it goes to show that you can be flipping burgers to talking about flipping millions in like a very short period of time.
We are currently leaving the city of London. It's about 20 minutes back towards my apartment. So we had 2 meetings back to back today, and yeah, these are one of the times where the meetings can happen last minute, but you have to turn up. Both of them went really well. Caught up with Mike, had some food in the Ned, and hopefully you're going to see in here they actually let me into the vault. So what are the chances that we went towards the vault in the Ned, and she says you're not allowed in, and then she says, hang on a second, I follow you on Instagram, and she actually asked her manager, so they let us into the vaults at the Ned, which is really cool. But yeah, on the way back home right now. Of course, in true UK fashion, it's raining, but yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when I'm back at my house. You pathetic human being. Right guys, so just like that is a whole day complete. And we've got a parking ticket to add to the collection. But yeah, no, obviously woke up today, I knew I had this meeting that I thought was gonna be at 1 p.m, last until 5 p.m. But obviously we've got to enjoy ourselves in the city of London. And yeah, just like, you know, hopefully you guys heard my story about how, for me personally, I went from having a bad interview and bad jobs and just continue to push through it. And Mike, I really like Mike's story, because when you think of a coder, you think of a person that spent their entire life learning it as a skill. But Mike went from a construction site to learning how to code to being behind Track, which hopefully a lot of you guys are using right now, and he's behind it all. So it's quite crazy, and I just want everyone to be left on the note of, it really doesn't matter what you know before. It really doesn't matter where you come from. It really doesn't matter about the roof that you think is above your head. It's okay for life to actually throw something at you so you can actually learn from it. It's actually good to be thrown in situations where you actually hate them, and then eventually you will find your way through life and actually find something you actually love doing and enjoy doing, and of course makes you hopefully some good money. Hope you guys enjoy the vlog. Thank you.